Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this weekend as we're consolidating inside of this flag pattern, but we've yet to break out towards our price target of 50,000 US dollars. I want to talk about the key levels to watch for Bitcoin as futures markets open and whether or not we're going to break out or break down from this flag pattern. And of course, I'll keep my analysis completely unbiased as always, but more importantly, over the weekend, we did see a major dip in altcoins, and I do want to cover whether or not altcoins will continue to see a decline, as you can see with others' dominance, seeing a major push to the downside. And then when we look at Bitcoin dominance, you can see we did come up to retest this weekly open. There's a lot happening in the markets today, and I have a special chart to show you at the end of this video comparing gold to Bitcoin and gold to Ethereum. And of course, we'll also cover the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. You guys are watching the Snipers channel. My name is Naeem Al-Abeidi. If you appreciate this Sunday content, remember to like this video. First, I want to look into the micro of what's happening to Bitcoin inside of this flag pattern. You can see we're just slowly creeping up towards our target of 50,000 US dollars, but we've yet to break out of this pattern. So far, things are looking very good. The fact that we came down here, but we didn't retest that support level here is very positive to the bullish bias. And at this point, if this resistance level breaks, there's a very high chance Bitcoin will start to creep towards that $50,000 level, and it could potentially even rally further than that, just depending on the type of volume that we see coming in. So far, we're just seeing very mild volume after we saw the massive Elon Musk pump, and at this point I'm not too worried about the sell side pressure, as we've yet to see major sell side pressure at this point for Bitcoin. So things are looking very bullish for Bitcoin in my opinion. The one level I will start watching, if we start to come down to retest the support here, then we have that $44,800 level as a key support level, and at this point that's going to be the major support that I'm watching, whether to determine if Bitcoin is going to start a bearish trend or not. And so at this point, if we stay above 44,800, things are looking extremely good for Bitcoin to start heading towards 50,000 US dollars. I know a lot of people were concerned about Chinese New Year's and a lot of that, but so far things are looking very good for Bitcoin, and the $50,000 price target is still very valid, especially with this beautiful buy volume, of course. And then that $41,900.50 area is going to be the last draw for me if we start to see downside targets unfold for Bitcoin. But I do want to talk about what's happening to Ethereum, because you can see we are also inside of this flag pattern that has yet to break out towards our price target of 2,100 US dollars. And a lot of this has to do with what's happening to the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. And unfortunately, we are seeing some more weakness in this chart, but we are still holding this major support level. And so at this point, as long as this support level holds, I'm still very bullish on Ethereum against Bitcoin. But if this does break, we do have to keep into account the downside targets here. And we do have this 50-day moving average sitting here right about 35,455 Satoshis. And if we start to break down, that's going to be my first target for Ethereum to Bitcoin. You have to remember, this chart is extremely volatile, and so over time we will see structures break, but for the most part we are holding this completely fine. And what you'll notice here is if we look at Ethereum dominance, we already came down to test this 50-day moving average, and on the 4-hour chart what you'll notice is we do have a bullish divergence here with the RSI forming these higher lows, but price action is forming continuous lower lows. And realize this, when we look at the correlations of Ethereum dominance to Ethereum to Bitcoin, check this out. We did break out of the 50, 100, and 200 period moving average here. And then when we came down, we never came down to retest those. But with Ethereum to Bitcoin, when we broke out from the 50, 100, and 200 period moving average, we ended up coming back down to retest those moving averages. And so it's not necessarily a reliable chart to look at Ethereum's dominance against Ethereum to Bitcoin, because of course there is a little bit of a difference in both of these charts. So just because Ethereum dominance came down to the 50-day moving average, I'm not too concerned about Ethereum to Bitcoin, but realize that we've yet to see a reaction here. And at this point, I am waiting to see whether or not we're going to see a reaction. And usually these charts move extremely quick. And so we do have to keep watch of Ethereum to Bitcoin to see whether or not this support level is going to break. If we start to form lower lows, then the next target for me is going to be that 50-day moving average. And at that point, I am going to reassess what's happening to Ethereum to Bitcoin, but I'm still very bullish. Doesn't seem to be much sell pressure here. If you look down at volume, there isn't much sell pressure. We're still seeing a lot of buyers in the market. And so Ethereum to Bitcoin isn't quite concerning at this point for me. When we look at what's happening to others' dominance. Realize we did see this major pullback over the weekend and a lot of altcoins did suffer, but we still have this upside target here at 12.15% others' dominance that we've yet to reach. And so I am expecting further upside. I think this was a very healthy correction for altcoins in my opinion. And so far we are above all of these major moving averages, and we've yet to see a golden cross form here for others' dominance. And so at some point or another, I do expect this 50-day moving average to come up and cross above this 200-day moving average, which would then fuel altcoins even further up. And so I'm not too worried about the altcoin markets at this point. If we start to continue further down, then we do have this weekly open acting as a potential support area for others' dominance, but that would require a massive decline in altcoins, and I don't expect that to happen. I think right now we're just trying to find out where does Bitcoin want to come up and consolidate, and it looks like it's heading towards that $50,000 big even, but we've yet to reach that target. So a lot of dynamics are playing part in the market today. We look at the total cryptocurrency market cap, we are continuing to the upside, and we're seeing very strong buy pressure, and so things are not looking too bad in the markets. But the one thing I want you to realize is Bitcoin dominance did come up to retest this weekly open, but when we look at the weekly moving averages, we've yet to come down and retest this 200-week moving average. But I do want to start watching this chart, because if we start coming up above this weekly open and then we start to creep back above this channel towards this monthly open, and then more importantly we come back above this 200-day moving average, that to me would be quite concerning for altcoins, because then that could indicate a potential reversal in Bitcoin dominance. But for now, I'm not too worried. We've just seen a candle come up to retest the weekly open before the week ends, and of course this level is going to reset tomorrow. And so if we start to continue down, then the bullish case for altcoins will continue, but we do need to monitor this chart, and we do need to closely watch others' dominance in my opinion to see if we're going to see continued downside. And so far with Ethereum to Bitcoin, as long as we maintain this major support, things are looking very good in my opinion. By the way, if you guys want to enter into my book giveaway, all you need to do is comment below and share this video, and I am going to choose a winner to win Trading Psychology, one of my favorite books on trading. And of course I'll also pick a winner from our video yesterday at the end of this video, but I just wanted to throw that out there. And before we wrap up this video, I do want to cover one of our trades in our Discord premium group. This was an RLC USDT trade that hit all targets. I sent this out at 12:06 a.m. today, and I'll talk about exactly why we took this trade, and hopefully you can learn something from this. And then I'm going to cover some interesting charts about Bitcoin against gold and Ethereum against gold, because you'll see some very interesting correlations that I found over the weekend. But for this specific trade, notice that we were breaking a previous all-time high here that was set here in August 2020, and I had that level drawn out as a resistance level, and that alongside with this ascending support level formed an ascending triangle. And as soon as we broke out from this previous all-time high and we started to test hourly candles above it, I started to watch whether or not this was going to break out or break down. It did come down and then came up to reclaim the previous resistance as support, and that's exactly when I sent this trade out here in the blue, of course, with an entry right at the previous resistance level at 2.2980. And you can see as soon as we started to come up and confirm this breakout, this eventually came up and resulted in massive profits. With less than 12 hours, we saw over 12% profits for this trade. So congratulations for those that took that trade. And you can see how we came back down, and this previous resistance now acted as a support level. And that's very, very common with some of these charts that break out from all-time highs. And so this was a very exciting trade. Hopefully you learned something from this analysis. Very simple trade. And check this out. So we've covered gold to Bitcoin in the past, and I do want to talk about some correlations I'm seeing with gold against Ethereum. So check this out. If we look at what happened to gold against Bitcoin, you can see this was the previous bottom that was set in 2017 with gold's value against Bitcoin. And you can see once we came down recently to break this level, we continued further down. And this was a very momentous time because, of course, with the US dollar inflating so much after all of the money printing, this was an important chart for me to watch. It was basically gold's value against Bitcoin, and we're taking two non-inflationary assets. I mean, gold is sort of inflationary because the miners are your worst enemy when it comes to precious metals, but at the end of the day, these are two storages of value. and you can see how eventually Bitcoin took over gold's previous support level here from the 2017 cycle. And what's interesting about Ethereum right now is as we're starting to break this previous all-time high is we are also approaching the same exact levels we saw with market structure when gold against Bitcoin started to falter. Now we're starting to see gold against Ethereum retest this major support level right now. And so, of course, what I'm expecting is exactly what happened with Bitcoin, where this will eventually break and we will see an increase in Ethereum's price against gold. And it's interesting because one Ethereum is about an ounce of gold right now when it comes to price, because the price of gold is around 17 to 1800, while Ethereum is around 17 to 1800 right now. So this is going to be a very interesting push down, and I think this is also positive confirmation of the bullish side for Ethereum, because I don't think we're just going to come down to the support level and stop, just like we saw with the Bitcoin to gold chart. So very interesting stuff happening in the markets. I needed to make this Sunday update. Futures markets are going to open. We'll have a lot more to cover tomorrow, of course, as we start to see traditional markets open with precious metals, stocks, and so forth. And so thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. I do want to give back and choose a winner for our book giveaway yesterday. If you guys want to enter a giveaway today, just comment below and share this video. I'll go ahead and pick somebody random from this video and we'll go ahead and wrap up. Let's go ahead and pick Rose B. James. Actually, this might be a spam comment because there's so many replies here. We'll pick Joel Troshi. My dude, murdering the charts as always. Sending you good vibes, brother. Thank you for keeping us updated. Thank you so much, Joel, for the kind comments. Go ahead and message me on Instagram. The link is in the description, and you can claim your book. And if you guys want to enter into the giveaway for this video, just comment below, and I will pick somebody in our video tomorrow. And other than that, thank you guys so much. It's going to be an exciting week, and I can't wait to see what happens to futures markets as they open. And I'll see the rest of you guys in our Discord. Snipers out.